So when it comes to our dogs, I think we've all heard that we should be draining or burning their energy. And this is something that, at first, I think makes a lot of sense. I know that I used to believe in this and follow this line of thinking. And I really connected onto it because I come from an athletic background. I was looking to make the Olympic trials, hopefully the Olympic team in pole vaulting at one point in my life. And so I connected on to this. But then, with my pursuit of learning and diving into things, I had my belief challenged. And I want to hopefully challenge your belief today. So I ask people, if you start running a mile today and you stick with it, are you going to run more miles or less miles? And some people jokingly say less miles. Yeah, because running not so enjoyable. So I get that, but I'm saying if you stick with it, if you run a mile today and you keep with it, do you think you will be able to run more miles or less miles? And obviously the answer is more miles. And then I ask them, do you think you're going to have more energy or less energy? And we all know that when people start to work out, they report back, man, I feel like I have more energy. So the very thing that we're trying to do, we're trying to burn this energy. But actually, we're feeding it. We're creating it. And so I don't think that we should be looking at exercising our dogs in the way we do, thinking about that we need to drain or burn this energy. And we also need to be careful on how we are exercising them, because the ways that we go about it also can lead into other issues. But the idea that there's all this energy and we need to burn it so that they can be calm and all this, I don't subscribe to anymore. And I want to share this story. So after I stopped pole vaulting, I decided, let me stop training, let me stop doing all that, and let me just figure out what I'm going to do. It was kind of like a midlife crisis, but in my 20s. Because all I knew and was thinking of and was about was pole vaulting, training. That's all I ever did, all I ever thought about. And so I had stopped, and I had a landscaping job that was about 20 miles outside of Benton. And I didn't have a vehicle at this time. I had a bicycle. So I would ride my bicycle out there 20 miles, do landscaping all day, 8 hours, and then ride my bike 20 miles back into town. And I did this day in and day out, 5 days a week. And it was a big project, a big ranch farm. And so I was sitting with my mom one evening, and I was just like feeling stressed. And she's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I just feel like I'm lazy, that I'm wasting my life, that I'm gonna get fat." And she says, "What? Why are you thinking that?" And I said, "Look, I'm no longer training. I'm no longer going to the gym. I just feel like I'm lazy. And I'm literally doing no physical activity." And my mom laughed. And I said, "Why are you laughing?" And she said, "You ride your bike 40 miles a day and you do physical labor all day." And I said, "Yeah, but that's just transportation, getting to and from work, and then my job. That's not like actually training and stuff. That's just my life, what I'm doing right now. And and so I was in such good shape that this felt like nothing to me. And I'm still stressed and feeling like I need to do more, because that's what I actually was used to. I was used to training, like I said, 7 days a week, all I did. So I no longer think that we should be burning our dog's energy. Now, this isn't saying that going for a walk or a hike with your dog isn't beneficial. But we shouldn't be trying to burn that energy, drain that energy, like I often see people doing. Myself included, I was doing that. I used to have treadmills in the home for the dogs to run on. I used to throw the ball, used to roughhouse and do these type of things. And so I really think that this idea that we should burn our dog's energy actually creates more of it. And let me share a story about let me share you a story about a client I had years ago when this shift was starting to happen in me with this belief. So I had a client and they had a French Brittany. And French Brittany's are bird dogs. And so this client got a hold of me and said, Scott, we have this French Brittany. She has a ton of energy. We've been to multiple trainers. They're all saying that we need to exercise her more. She said, I've now started work. I stopped my full-time job. I'm working part-time from home so that I can then try to exercise her enough in the day. And I said, what are you doing? She says, well, we ride the bike for at least an hour or so. Then I'm throwing the ball. And then we do another hour or so. Eventually what this broke down to is they were averaging between 4 and 6 hours of exercise every single day. And I said, how's that going? And she said, Scott, we've never even seen our dog lay down. We never see her lay down. She's always going. We'll go to bed. We'll put her in her kennel. She's standing up. When we come down in the morning, she's standing up. Never see her lay down during the day. She's always going. And so they brought her over to my place. And yeah, this dog had a lot of energy. And so I put her in the backyard with a pack of dogs. And what that pack of dogs did was told her, knock it off, chill out, stop it. This is too much. It's too much. Just chill out. And she was pretty strong-headed, pretty determined. And so it took, I would say, 30 minutes to maybe an hour for her to finally give up. But once she did, she laid down and was just chilling. And we were able to go for nice calm walks. When we were hanging out, she was just chilling, laying down by me. And this is day one. And the clients were like, oh my gosh, Scott, this is amazing. This is like, how'd you do this? And I said that, well, the pack said, this is too much energy. You need to knock it off. And I said, so that's what we need to be doing. We need to be saying that it's too much. Chill out. Stop. And instead, what you guys were doing was saying, yeah, keep doing it. Do more. Let's go. You see? So when we're exercising, we're actually training and conditioning them to feel like that's how they need to be. That's how they need to live life. But the pack of dogs said, no, this is neurotic. This is not balanced. So they they would correct her, let her know, hey, just chill out. And it was beautiful. And so I am so grateful that I no longer am in this kind of thinking, because it creates a lot of issues and it takes away a lot of time. And so if you have a dog that's being energetic and it's hyper, it's too much, this is a dog that's not socializing properly, typically. And we need to look at what we're doing with them. And there's other things that come with this too. But as far as this video is concerned, is about the idea of we don't need to drain or burn the energy. We need to regulate it. And that's the takeaway. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'd like to hear your opinions.